Did you know that every 11 seconds, a senior is rushed to the emergency room because of a fall? And it gets worse. 1 out of every 5 of those falls leads to a serious injury, like a broken hip or even a traumatic brain injury. I know that's a hard thing to hear, but these aren't just cold, distant statistics. They're real stories, real people whose lives were turned upside down, sometimes in the blink of an eye. They're someone's father, someone's sister, someone's dear friend, maybe even you or me if we're not careful. And while falls can happen for many different reasons, there's one hidden cause that quietly slips under the radar. Something simple, familiar, and easy to overlook. Our diet. Let's talk about something that might surprise you. Something most people never connect with the aches in their legs, the struggle to rise from a chair, or that uneasy feeling with each step down the hallway. I'm talking about the food on your plate. Yes, the everyday meals we eat without thinking twice. What's on that plate might be quietly weakening your legs, making them feel heavy, unsteady, and tired. And for millions of older adults, that weakness isn't just a nuisance, it's a real danger. You see, once we pass the age of 50, our muscles begin to shrink, slowly, quietly. Research shows we can lose up to 3% of our muscle mass every single year. That might not sound like much until you realize how quickly it adds up. That's strength gone, balance gone, independence slipping away without us even noticing. Now imagine unknowingly making it worse by eating foods that fuel inflammation, drain your energy, damage the nerves that help your legs move, and leave your muscles starving for what they need to stay strong. And the hardest part? Many of these foods are ones we've grown up with. We might even think they're good for us, but your body knows better. It speaks in the language of stiffness, fatigue, the wobble in your step, the hesitation before getting up, that awful jelly leg feeling. It's your body's quiet cry for help. But this isn't about blame. It's about understanding, about taking back control. Because the moment you know which foods to avoid, you start protecting more than just your legs. You protect your freedom, your confidence, your ability to keep doing what you love. You don't have to live in fear of falling. You don't have to accept weakness as a part of aging. In today's video, I'll show you the 3 worst foods that may be quietly stealing your strength and what you can enjoy instead. Let's make sure every step you take is strong, steady, and confident. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe. We've got more life-changing tips coming your way every week. Ready? Let's begin. Number 3. Let's start with one of the sneakiest troublemakers when it comes to leg strength and mobility. Processed meats. You know the kind. Bacon at breakfast, a few slices of deli ham for lunch, or maybe sausages sizzling on the grill. They're tasty, convenient, and for many of us, they've been on the plate for decades. But the truth is, they may be taking more from you than they give. What we often don't realize is the damage they may be doing, quietly, day after day. Here's something that stopped me in my tracks. A 2023 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate processed meats daily had a 42% higher risk of muscle weakness compared to those who rarely ate them. 42%, that's almost half. And when your legs lose strength, it's not just about feeling tired or slow. It's about losing the power to move confidently, safely, and independently. It doesn't stop there. These meats are loaded with sodium and preservatives like nitrates, which can inflame your joints, swell your muscles, and leave you feeling heavy and stiff. And when sodium builds up, it can raise your blood pressure, something that's especially dangerous as we get older. One study even found that seniors with high sodium diets were 37% more likely to experience a fall within a year compared to those who ate less salt. And falls, they're not just scary. They can steal your independence in an instant. You might notice it in small ways first, a little more swelling around the knees, more cramping in your calves, that uneasy feeling when walking across the room. But over time, it adds up. Poor circulation and ongoing inflammation can quietly chip away at your mobility and energy, making everyday activities harder than they should be. But here's the good news. You're not stuck with that. There are gentle, nourishing swaps you can make. Think grilled salmon rich in omega-3s, a bit of chicken with herbs, or even plant-based proteins like tofu or lentils. These choices don't just taste good. They love your body back. Your legs have carried you through so much. Let's make sure they stay strong for every step ahead. Number 2. Now let's talk about something many of us reach for when we need a pick-me-up. Sugary snacks and sodas. That afternoon cookie, the sweet tea at lunch, or the caramel latte that feels like a treat, these might seem harmless, but I need to warn you, they're silent saboteurs of your leg health. Here's why. When you eat sugar, your blood glucose spikes like a rocket, then crashes just as fast. But this isn't just about energy slumps. A groundbreaking study in diabetes care found that 50% of people with diabetes develop nerve damage in their legs, known as diabetic neuropathy. And even if you don't have diabetes, that daily soda or candy bar is still doing hidden harm. How? Those sugar spikes create tiny explosions of inflammation in your body. Over time, this inflammation attacks the nerves and blood vessels that keep your legs strong and responsive. Imagine fraying the wires that connect your brain to your muscles. That's what sugar does. Here's what this looks like in real life. Meet Frank, a 68-year-old who loved his nightly bowl of ice cream. At first, he just felt tingling in his toes. Then came the numbness, making him shuffle instead of walk. One night, he couldn't feel his foot on the stair and fell. Frank's story isn't rare. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that seniors with high sugar diets are 53% more likely to experience falls due to muscle weakness and balance issues. Why? Sugar doesn't just inflame nerves, it starves muscles. A Harvard study found that older adults who ate sugary snacks daily lost leg strength twice as fast as those who avoided them. That weakness isn't just inconvenient, it's a trap door under your independence. Sugary drinks make it even worse. One can of soda can pack as much as 39 grams of sugar. That's more than your body needs in an entire day, dumped into your system all at once. Over time, that overload leads to weight gain, and with every extra pound, your knees, ankles, and hips carry more stress than they were designed for. It's a slow, silent burden on the very parts of you that keep you moving. But here's the good news. You can still enjoy sweetness without the danger. Swap sugary snacks for fiber-rich foods that love your legs back. Berries, for example, are nature's candy, packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation. A handful of almonds gives you sustained energy without the crash, thanks to healthy fats and protein. Even dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher, can satisfy cravings while protecting your nerves with magnesium. Small changes make a big difference. Take Martha, who traded her afternoon soda for sparkling water with a splash of orange juice. Within weeks, her chronic leg cramps faded, and she felt steady enough to join her grandkids on walks again. "I didn't realize how much sugar was dragging me down," she said. "Now I feel lighter on my feet." Literally. Your legs deserve better than short-term treats that cause long-term harm. Every time you choose an apple over a candy bar or unsweetened tea over soda, you're rebuilding the nerves and muscles that keep you moving freely. And that freedom, it's sweeter than any cookie. Up next, we're exposing a food that's hiding in plain sight. One you probably eat every day, never suspecting the damage it's doing to your legs. Number 1. Now let's talk about a food that's hiding in plain sight, masquerading as harmless, refined carbohydrates. That fluffy white bread at breakfast, the buttery pastry with coffee, or the sugary cereal that kicks off your morning. These foods might feel comforting, but here's the unsettling truth. A 2022 study in Circulation Research found that seniors who ate refined carbs daily had a 30% higher risk of developing poor circulation in their legs, a condition called peripheral artery disease. And when blood struggles to reach your legs, every step becomes a battle. Here's how it works. Refined carbs are stripped of fiber and nutrients, leaving behind what I call empty energy. They hit your bloodstream like a sugar tsunami, spiking your glucose levels. Over time, these spikes can lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. But even if diabetes isn't on your radar, refined carbs are still damaging your legs. How? That constant sugar surge thickens and inflames blood vessels, slowly choking off the flow of oxygen-rich blood to your muscles and nerves. Imagine trying to run a car with clogged fuel lines. It sputters, stalls, and eventually breaks down. That's what's happening in your legs. The consequences are devastating. Reduced circulation means your legs feel cold, cramp easily, or take forever to heal from minor cuts. Worse, damaged nerves can lead to numbness. Picture this. You're walking on a sidewalk and don't feel a pebble in your shoe. Before you know it, that tiny irritation becomes a blister, then an infection. A Johns Hopkins study revealed that seniors with poor circulation from refined carb diets were twice as likely to develop foot ulcers that resist healing. And here's the kicker. Weakened legs and numb feet make falls almost inevitable. One misstep and a fractured hip could cost you your independence. But there's hope, and it's simpler than you think. Swap refined carbs for whole, fiber-rich foods that fuel your legs instead of failing them. Start your day with oatmeal topped with berries instead of sugary cereal. Choose quinoa or brown rice over white bread. They're packed with B vitamins that protect nerves and improve circulation. Roasted sweet potatoes or broccoli make delicious sides that steady your blood sugar and strengthen blood vessels. Take it from Roy, a 72-year-old who loved his morning toast. After switching to whole grain sourdough and adding more veggies to his meals, his chronic leg cramps vanished. I used to avoid stairs because my calves would burn, he shared. Now I'm back to gardening. No pain, no fear. Every bite matters. When you choose whole grains over refined carbs, you're not just eating, you're healing. You're giving your legs the steady energy they need to stay strong and the vascular health to keep you steady. And that stability, it's the foundation of the life you love. Traveling, dancing, chasing grandkids. Speaking of foundations, don't miss our final tip. You've just learned how cutting out those 3 dangerous foods can protect your legs. But let's take it a step further. Imagine pairing those changes with 3 powerhouse habits that'll help you rebuild strength, reduce pain, and keep you steady on your feet. First up, water. It's easy to overlook, but dehydration is a silent thief robbing your legs of power. A study in the Journal of Physiology found that losing just 2% of your body's water, less than a single sweat session, can sap 5% of your muscle strength. For seniors, that's the difference between standing up confidently or needing a hand. Dehydration thickens your blood, slowing oxygen delivery to your legs. The result? More cramps, more fatigue, more risk of a misstep. Keep a water bottle nearby. Add lemon or mint if plain water feels dull. Herbal teas count too. Next, turn your kitchen into a medicine cabinet. Those processed meats and sugary snacks we talked about? They're like pouring gasoline on inflammation. But foods like turmeric, ginger, and spinach can put out the fire. A 2021 study in Nutrients showed seniors who ate anti-inflammatory diets reported 40% less leg pain and walked 20% farther. Turmeric's active ingredient, curcumin, works as powerfully as some anti-inflammatory drugs, without the side effects. Stir it into soups, blend it into smoothies, or brew a golden milk latte. And don't forget leafy greens like kale. They're packed with magnesium, a mineral proven to slash nighttime leg cramps by up to 50%. Finally move, even if it's gentle. A National Institute on Aging study found seniors who did light strength training twice a week cut their fall risk by 47%. You don't need a gym. Fill a milk jug with water for bicep curls. Practice sitting and standing from a chair to build thigh muscle. Or walk. Every step pumps blood to your legs, healing tissues and sharpening balance. Take Helen, 78, who started walking to her mailbox daily. Within weeks, she was hiking with her grandkids again. I thought my adventuring days were over, she said. Turns out, my legs just needed a little love. Combine these habits with the food swaps we've covered, and you're not just avoiding harm, you're reclaiming the strength to live boldly. Your legs deserve nothing less. So there you have it. The 3 worst foods silently weakening your legs and the simple swaps that can transform your strength and mobility. Remember, it's not about perfection. Every time you choose grilled chicken over bacon, berries over cookies, or quinoa over white bread, you're taking back control of your legs and your independence. The science doesn't lie. Cutting these foods could help you avoid falls, reduce pain, and keep doing what you love, whether that's dancing at weddings, traveling, or playing with grandkids. Pair those changes with hydration, anti-inflammatory foods, and gentle movement, and you've got a recipe for legs that feel decades younger. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe. We've got more life-changing tips coming your way every week. And share this with someone you love, because strong legs mean more adventures, more memories, and more life lived on your terms. Thanks for watching. Now go fuel those legs and get back to living.